this is an EC board, 110%. If I had to pick this board right now, I'd definitely pick the EC variants. Today is the CK980C. It's one of Canon Key's newest projects. It's also compatible with the Dynapack EC stuff and the Navy EC stuff. This is a fun one because if you guys were looking for an EC variant of a keyboard with a numpad, this is probably what you're looking for. I think there's already an EC PCB they sent that's already been built. I think Lightning already took a look at that, so maybe there's no point in me taking a look at it today. But we are going to build up the MX version today, which should be fun. So, fun little project, fun little thing, Canon Keys 980. I'll have to ask Canon Keys, but I'm pretty sure this actually might be the Dynapack. Maybe it is Dynapack. No, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a pretty brutalist style board, I'd say. This is the prototype, so you're going to see some scuffs and scratches on this. It's very Canon Keys, like in what they've been releasing. Oh, that is a big gash on this side. Damn! But yeah, like I said, prototype going through people. There's going to be dings and scratches. Pretty nice. It has USB-C slots. They look like 3.0, which is awesome. Centered USB-C. Little red weight here. I'm assuming this will be one of the stickers. Pretty blocky looking design. You know, pretty blocky. Again, very Canon Keys, very like AKB style stuff here. So it is fun for this. It does have a very, 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 very tiny cherry lip as well. Very subtle. I don't even know if you guys can see. Kinda, if the camera wants to focus. Very, very subtle. But yeah, very blocky. The only thing I will say that I'm not a big fan of visually is this little badge over here. But it's funny because I was talking to someone before the stream and someone told me they love this little badge over here. They said it's like classy and like... No, sorry, not classy. They said it's very classic. So I'm not a big fan of it. It's kind of like one of those like bubble badges, depending on how you look at it. You know, it kind of shifts perspectives. But it's all right. And I guess these are indicator LEDs. I'll take a look at that. But there's going to be some oddities with this build, just to give you guys a heads up. I believe the biggest oddity, which I'll address today because, I mean, dude, it happens. They're prototypes. Upas did let me know that we'll probably have to put some sort of sheet of paper or tape because there's some contact between the parts and the bottom of the case here. Already been taken care of according to Upas, so we ignore that, I guess, for the time being. But I'm going to take this apart really quick just to get inside this. What's the unique thing about this keyboard? It's going to be EC compatible, which I think a lot of people who will probably be interested in this project will probably end up going the EC route. Let me be real with you guys. I'm pretty positive most people will end up going EC, which makes sense. This would be a fun board for EC. But look at that, guys. EC is here. People are liking EC, which is really cool and makes me really happy. The story of this was designed around as a tribute to an EC 980 board. Yeah, it's definitely EC first. Like, the MX feels like a nice addition. Like, it's cool to have an MX PCB compatible with this too, but definitely EC first. Like I said, we'll put together the MX stuff, and then we'll take a look at the EC PCB as well. Okay, there's already a piece of paper towel underneath. Oh, there's an internal weight as well. That's good. Pricing-wise, this will be $360 to start. I believe the Navy EC stuff was $375. Let's see. $375, and then Dynapack, I don't remember. $385 to start with Dynapack. If you guys want the e-beige color, it's $10 more. By the way, this keyboard in e-beige is so much nicer. I personally think this keyboard looks so good in e-beige. Let me show you guys before we go too far in today's stream. I almost feel like this keyboard is done a disservice by not showing this color on stream. Look at this. It's so much nicer. Oh, so some of the colors are only, wait. Oh, interesting. This is compatible with MX parts only. Isn't that what I have today? Can I not use the EC PCB in this? Or is it just a plate? Oh, it might be the plate. It's literally just a plate. So we're fine. We have the plates. We have the plates. All right, we're good, we're good, we're good. So here's the inside of the case, by the way. Big brass sheet over here. It's not super thick. Hold on, before I destroy this, let me just take this out. It's not crazy thick, this brass piece. Definitely there. We have the gigantic daughter board. Okay, I really like that graphic. Wait, that graphic's super cute. Why don't they use this more often on the keyboard? This is like the cutest graphic that I've ever seen from Canon Keys. What's the purpose of having a USB 3.0 hub inside? Connection speeds? 2.0 is hella slow. I don't think I like even ever using 2.0 anymore. This is handy though, as someone who legitimately uses, switches things a lot, like USB stuff, strictly for data transfer, I think this is fantastic. I love having a few extra slots on the keyboard. It's so nice, like plugging a thumb drive to it. Yeah, it's so nice. I love having it. Photo transfers are fun for this. Like if you don't have any room on the computer, it's just nice. I think this only might be hot swap. Oh, they do have a solder MX PCB. Where do you get to select that? Is that extra? I'm not sure which one comes stock with the keyboard. I would almost maybe assume hot swap. Again, just because of the disparity between users of hot swap and solder. But it does have a solder option, which is nice. I'm not sure how to navigate to that. It's probably in the extras for this. The solder PCB does have ISO and a lot more options for the numpad, as well as stepped caps lock and stuff like that. The hot swap PCB is interesting because it has some options on the bottom row, but a standard caps lock only, which is neat. Or maybe not neat to some people, but interesting. I appreciate the bottom row at the very least, because sometimes you don't even get that. This is 6U off-centered and 7U, as well as a 6.25U, I assume? But you do get a 6U off-center as well. They have a bunch of labeling here on the bottom. So you do get some options. Well, you get a lot of options, actually. Cool. I'm assuming that's for people who want to use maybe some EC parts and move them over. So it does look like this keyboard can be mounted, what looks like in a few different options. Oh, the plate file only supports 6U or 6.25U for now, I guess. All right, let's put some stuff in. I'm gonna use some granite switches because it's the only switches I have that have enough of to do it like to do this today. So we'll do this. So I see how this case works. It has small little gaskets, and then the bottom of the case has a lip for the gaskets on the bottom here. Take out this. But there is no lip here, hence why you have to install this bracket on the top. So that makes sense. I get it. We're just gonna see how this sounds, and then we'll also install the EC. But okay, some notes so far. Aesthetically, I think this is not, I'm gonna be real. I think this is not gonna be everyone's cup of tea aesthetically. I think some people will probably want, and I don't disagree, I think some people might want some more visual flair happening to their keyboard. But for those who do want a more of like a retro, blocky aesthetic, this is perfect. You get literally everything you could ever think of. The USB ports are such a nice touch. They're 3.0, 3.1 compatible. There should be a sticker here to kind of add to the visuals here, but I think this is going to be someone's cup of tea if they want that. But again, it's going to be one of those things where you have to enjoy this particular aesthetic. Let's see how this sounds with MX stuff. I might switch to Spacebar because I'm going to be honest, granites with FR4 is not always my favorite. I mean, even milky yellows and stuff. I might switch to a cherry for the Spacebar. But let's see. Let's go grab some keycaps. I do have the Dynacap kit that's already built, so I'm just going to throw it in afterwards. Ooh, this is pretty. It's a nice looking board actually once you get the keycaps on it. Maybe it's just this set that's really bringing this to life. You know what, actually? This is not that bad. Look, it's pretty sharp, I'd say. Oh, this actually looks really good with the red. I mean, dude, actually, this is a perfect set for this. Holy shit. This is actually a perfect set for this. Let's see what this sounds like in its MX config, and then we'll switch to the Dynapack stuff. So, we have granite switches, which again, I might switch out the Spacebar here. FR4 plate. GMK Sumi keycaps. Okay, I feel like the sound is there. Exactly, it's a good tone. I almost feel like this would benefit from a different plate. Maybe I'm just an FR4 hater. I almost feel like this would benefit from like a PP plate or a standard aluminum. But like the sound is there. I'm just getting those FR4 notes in which I don't really love. I'm not like the biggest fan of FR4. So I don't think I have a Nixie on hand, but we can use a cherry switch. FR4 is dead, but the clack is present. Yeah. It's just, I feel like this keyboard has the good tonation to it. It's just missing the correct plate to pair with this, so to speak. A half plate might be really fun too. I'm gonna be real with you, I don't know why companies still offer FR4 as the norm. Actually, I don't like the Spacebar as cherry. Believe it or not, I do not like this. Let me open this up again. Was there mounting points underneath the Spacebar here? I feel like there is mounting points. I feel like maybe there shouldn't be there. I just didn't even take a look. I was so infatuated with the tone of the keyboard. It's sort of there. Perhaps a different plate would work wonders for this. Well, we're going to take a look at the EC here in a moment. I guess they aren't really there, but also are there at the same time. Why are these so wide? If I had to change one thing about this, I would have suggested Canon keys to literally cut this down the middle right here. Can you guys see this? I'm sorry, let me just switch this screen. I would have suggested them to give the Spacebar some more breathing room. I also think going with a more traditional, I mean, this could be just the FR4 unit. Going with a more traditional like leaf spring style tab might have been better here for the bottom, or thicker gaskets. Because these gaskets, or not thicker per se, but maybe it's just these uncut gaskets here, because these are cut by hand. But yeah, I do feel like they should have opened this up a smidge. All right, I will give the sound here, like it sounds okay. Like the sound is overall good, I'd say. I just wish that the bottom of the case got reworked a little bit with the tabs, with the gaskets. I think the brass might be eating up a lot of the sound. It could also be eating up a bit of the sound here too. Perhaps the brass needs to be thinner, like cut upwards a little bit to show you guys what I'm talking about. This is the bottom, this is the top of the case. Perhaps the brass needs to be cut inwards a bit to give the sound of the Spacebar a bit more of an aluminy sound. Or even if it's just cut around the Spacebar area, that could also make the Spacebar sound a bit more lively. Definitely that to consider as well. But I'm just gonna put some force break stickers. I'm not gonna guarantee this does anything, but just so I know in my own head that I tried. Again, not a bad sounding board, but I'll be honest, not my absolute favorite MX board. I have a feeling this will shine in its EC form though. All right, I don't know if that did anything. I don't think so. Yeah, it's still a bit flat around the Spacebar. Nah, it's not the stabs. Yeah, it might be the brass, it just might be the mounting points. I'm leaning more towards it's the mounting points. But it's interesting because there's no brass up here and there's a bit more of a gap up here. And the sound profile just sounds like... Do you hear that between the number 5 and C and V? No, there's no foam or anything. It might be the bit of the brass too. EC time, where I think this will truly shine. You know, I've seen Canon keys and I love doing stuff with them. Like I love looking at their stuff. But yeah, I have seen them sometimes with mounting points. Like it kind of makes me go, I wonder why they did that. But then they wow me with some projects, and I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, that's sweet. You know, this boxy look of this keyboard is kind of growing on me, guys. I ain't gonna lie to you. We can also top mount this, I believe. We could try that as well and see if that changes anything. Let's see. Maybe it will. Dude, this sounds so much better in top mount. Yeah, this is like definitely a lot nicer in top. Again, FR4, I can definitely tell the FR4 is making this keyboard sound a little bit meh. If this had a plastic plate right now, I would think this is great. I can definitely tell the sound is just right there. I just don't like FR4, like period. Oh, look at that beautiful SIP PCB. You guys wanted a brass plate, by the way? Look at that. Actually pretty cool. EC, Dynacap, CK980. The stabs need to be a little bit better. I didn't do this. This is not my doing, but I mean, hell yeah. This is so much nicer in EC. see if we can get this spacebar to be a bit better too. So this is an EC board, 110%. Well, actually, I do think it's MX. Definitely MX as well. But I do feel like with the MX stuff, you probably need to get a little bit of tinkering done with the MX stuff. I mean, yeah, hell yeah, this is nice. If I had to pick this board right now, I'd definitely pick the EC variants. Interesting. I do feel like this might have been thought of. I don't know. I don't want to like obviously assume, but this definitely feels better as an EC board than the MX board. The gasket system is just okay. I would also probably say that I prefer the way this overall just generally feels as EC. I do feel like I would like to try a different plate with the MX before I make a decision there. But the EC's, I feel like this is spot on for what I've been liking lately in my EC stuff. Probably part in fact that the Dynacap stuff that has been absolutely amazing. So if you guys are into EC and wanted a cool EC project with an 1800 layout, then this might be the thing. 385 is not terrible with the Dynacap stuff. If you want the domes and all that stuff, it looks like... Okay, I don't know if this includes literally everything, but if you want the domes and everything, I think it's an extra $150-ish. So I think this will come with literally everything. But you'll get the base stuff if you get the 385 version. So it does get very expensive with the EC build. But, I mean, you're still going to have to pick up parts anyways with the MX. But MX stuff's probably a little bit cheaper in the long run. It is nice, though. The EC version of this is nice. I do think... I would have loved to see Cannon Keys, though, offer this board like $60 cheaper. I feel like the shape of the board is easy enough to machine in a lot of ways. I don't know what margins they're running, by the way. I don't know like the scale of this project. Maybe the scale of this project, it needs to be 360 to work for people. Like for... I shouldn't say people. To work for them, to service people. But I would have liked to see this shape of keyboard be a bit cheaper, for sure. Like, I think the 310, 300 range would have felt a lot better on the wallet. Because that way there, the EC stuff could have been 325, and then you didn't have to feel like as bad adding an extra whatever it is dollars for the parts for your EC stuff. But it is available now anyways to pre-order. So if you guys did want it, go for it. Love you guys. Bye everyone, and talk to you guys later.